We now continue to another application on first order ordinary differential equations. We have our electrical circuits. So this application um, focuses on the concept of your current, wherein your current is equal to the rate of change of charge, or I is equal to dq over dt, where I is your current in the function of t, and then q sub t is your flow of charge, or Q as your charge. On the right side, we have our quantities. Q as our charge, the unit is in coulombs. Your current, which is denoted by capital I, unit is in amperes. R is your resistance, unit is in ohms, represented by the Greek letter omega. C is for capacitance, or unit is farads, or F. L is your inductance, which is measured in the unit henries, or H. We also have the basic circuit um, elements that we use for our RLC circuits. So for the electrical circuits, we'll be focusing on the RL circuit and RC circuit in applying your first order differential equations. Just take note of the voltage drop of the elements. So for the resistance, we have the element resistor, where V sub R is R times I, resistance times current. You have your inductor, V sub L, where L is multiplied to Di times dt. This is D capital I over dt. And then your voltage drop per capacitor, V sub C, is I over C times Q. Recall the Kirchhoff's voltage law, or KVL, wherein your total voltage drop is equivalent to your source voltage E sub t. So, substituting this, you have V sub R plus V sub L plus V sub C is equal to E of t. And then again, we will be applying it on your RL circuit and RC circuit. Applying the Kirchhoff's voltage law, you get your RL circuit VR plus VL, since you only have a resistor and inductor. And substituting their voltage drops, you'll get IR plus L di over dt is equal to E sub t, or E of t. Then for RC, you have your resistor and capacitor, VR plus VC is equal to E sub t. IR plus I sub C, I over C times Q is equal to E sub t. And just to correct myself, it's not Kirchhoff, but it's Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff. Starting off with our RL circuit, we go back to Kirchhoff's voltage law, wherein you have your voltage drop for your resistor and your um, inductor. Right? So we have VR plus VL is equal to E sub t. We divide both sides by L, by the inductance. Then you have IR over L plus DI over dt is equal to E of t over L. Factoring out R over L, we can see that the form of the equation is linear in I, where your P of t is R over L and your Q of t is E of t over L. So now, since it's linear, we use our integrating factor e raised to the integral of pt dt, P of t dt. So P of t is R over L, so our integrating factor will be the integral of um, or it's integrated already, TR over L, or R over L times T. So the solution would be I times the integrating factor e raised to the integral of RL over T is equal to the integral of the integrating factor times Q of T dt plus C. Take note of some special cases wherein if your problem states that it's a constant voltage, you can go ahead and use the equation I of t is equal to e over r times 1 minus e raised to negative tr or rt over L. When it's in steady state, the limit of your um, the limit of your current I of t, where t approaches infinity, is equal to e over r. And that is for your uh, RL series. You now continue for your RC circuit. So going back to Kirchhoff's voltage law, you have your voltage drop for your resistor and your capacitor. Substituting the values, get Ri plus I over C times Q is equal to E of t. Remember that I is dq over dt, so you can replace that with dq over dt. And then we can divide both sides by r, leaving dq over dt on one side, and then you will have dq over dt plus 1 over rc times q over e of t over r, where we see it's linear in q. Your p of t is 1 over rc, your q of t is e of t over r. Your integrating factor, 1 over e raised to the integral of 1 over rc dt, so that will just be e raised to t over rc. So the solution would be q times the integrating factor is equal to the integral of the integrating factor multiplied by q sub t, so e of t over r dt plus c. Some special cases on your RC circuit is when it's charging, so it has constant E. You may use the equation Q of t is equal to CE times 1 minus e raised to negative t over RC. Or for your current I is equal to E over R times e raised to negative t over RC. Then if it's discharging where E is equal to 0, your Q sub t is equal to the initial value of Q times E raised to negative t over RC. We now look at the first example, example number 1. A DC source of 20 volts is connected to a series RC circuit containing a 0.5 ohm resistor and a 0.1 farad capacitor. Initially, the capacitor is uncharged. Find the current in the circuit after 0.25 seconds. So for an RC circuit, we start with the governing Kirchhoff voltage law, which will be VR plus V sub C is equal to E sub T, or just simply E. Okay, so using the values of your voltage drops, let's get IR plus 1 over C times Q is equal to E. Remember that your I is dq over dt. And just put q over c is equal to e. And then divide both sides by 1 over r. Get dq over dt is equal to q over rc. But this is is equal to e over r. So it's linear in q. So we get the integrating factor as e raised to the integral of 1 over rc dt. So this will be e raised to t over rc. Substituting it into the equation, or assigning the values of our given. So we have our resistor as 0.5 ohm, and then our capacitor 0.1 farad, and time, the DC source E is 20 volts. Okay, so we just place the um, values into our equation. So you have dq over dt. We start with 1 over RC. So 1 over 0.5 times 0.1. So that will be 1.0.05 or simply 20. Your E over R is 20 over 0.5 is equal to 40. So therefore, your differential equation now becomes dq over dt plus 1 over RC is 20q is equal to 40. Applying the initial condition that initially the capacitor is uncharged. Okay? So, when we take a look at Q, at 0 is equal to 0. So when you solve for the integrating factor, so this will just be e raised to 1 over RC is 20, so it's e raised to 20, e raised to 20t. Okay. So applying it into the general solution, so you'll get a q times integrating factor is equal to the integral of the integrating factor times q of t dt plus c. So this will be q times the integrating factor e raised to 20t is equal to the integral of e raised to 20t times your q of t dt is e over r, which is 4t, dt. So integrating, we will have q times e raised to 20t. We'll get 40 outside, so it's 40 times, we have 20t, just have e raised to 20t over 20. And then you have your constant. Dividing both sides by e raised to 20, you'll have q is equal to 40 over 20, so that's 2, plus c e raised to negative 20t. Applying the initial condition where at t0, q is also 0, so it's 0 is equal to 2. E raised to 0, that's 1, so plus c. So therefore your c constant is negative 2. Putting it into the equation, so into the equation, you'll have or here in this equation, you'll have q is equal to 2 plus or minus, c minus 2 e raised to negative 20 over t. So since you are being asked for the current, you know that your I is equal to dq over dt. Okay. So you just derive both sides with respect to time. So that's dq over dt is equal to d over dt 2 minus 2 e raised to negative 20 t. So we can factor 2 out before we derive. the function inside, and then deriving this will have if negative 20 multiplied to negative e raised to negative 20, so that will be 2 times 20 e raised to negative 20t. So that will be 40 e raised to negative 20t. In that one, you were given in a time at 0.25 seconds. Therefore, dq over dt, or I, is equal to 4 at t is equal to 0.25 seconds. 40 e raised to negative 20 times 0.25 you get the value 0.27 ampere. This is your final answer. Hey, a capacitor in a series RC circuit is allowed to discharge through a resistor. The resistance is 10 ohms and the capacitance is 2 farads. There is no external voltage source, and the initial charge of the capacitor is Q sub O. Determine the charge Q of T on the capacitor for T greater than or equal to 0. And how long does it take for the charge to decrease 10% of its initial value? So since it's an RC, we just use the Kirchhoff's voltage law on resistor, and capacitor. Substituting the values, you get IR plus your V sub C. Your V sub C is 1 over C. Q is equal to E. And for your RC circuit, it says there on the it says that there is no external voltage source, so this is 0. Then your I becomes dq over dt. Then divide R on all sides, you get Q over RC is equal to 0 over R, or just 0. Substitute the values, get your R as 10 ohms, and then your capacitance as 2 farads. Substituting it into the equation, you get you get your RC as 10 times 2 at 20. So 1 over RC is 1 over 20. And then the differential equation becomes dq over dt plus q over 20, or 1 over 20 times q is equal to 0. Take note of the initial conditions. Your charge q at time 0 is your q sub O. Solving for the integrating factor, it's e raised to the integral of 1 over 20 t. So e raised to or dt, meaning so t over 20. Solving for the equation, you'll get dq over dt, q times the integrating factor e raised to t over 20 is equal to the integral of the integrating factor e raised to t over 20 times your q of t, which is 1 over, it's 0. dt plus c. Okay. So that will end up as just 0, and then the integral of a constant t q. So it will just be q times e raised to t over 20 is equal to c. Then applying that your q at time 0 is q sub o, your q will just then be q sub o, then e raised to 0 times 1 is equal to c. Substituting it into the equation, you get q sub o. Or rearranging this, um, you'll get q is equal to c e raised to negative t over 20. Then this will be q is equal to c, which is q sub o, e raised to negative t over 20. Okay. So you now have this differential equation. Let's turn into this. It's our solution. But take note that what you would like to get is to get the charge. This is the charge Q, by the way. Next, what you would like to get is how long it takes for the charge to decrease to 10% of its value. So our Q would be charge to decrease to 10%. So it will be Q is equal to 0.1 of Q sub O. Okay. So putting this into the equation, your Q becomes 0.1 Q sub O is equal to Q sub O e raised to negative t over 20. So that cancels Q sub O. You'll get 0.1 is equal to e raised to negative t over 20. And then getting the ln of both sides. So you'll get ln of 0.1 that decomposes your e. So it's equal to negative t over 20. Solving for t, you'll get t is equal to negative 20 ln 0.1. Your t is now 46.052 seconds. So your final answer. The third example reads a battery with a constant voltage E sub O is connected to a series RL circuit having a 10 ohm resistor and a 1 Henry inductor. Initially, there is no current in the circuit. determine the following. You're asked to find for the current for t greater than 0, the steady state current, and the time required for the current to reach 90% of its steady state value. So we write the governing equation. It's an RL circuit, so it's V over L plus V over R is equal to E. So that's IR is equal to E. V sub L is L di over dt. Dividing L on both sides, you'll get di over dt is equal to or plus IR over L is equal to E over L. So substituting the values, you got your R as a 10 ohm resistor. You get your inductor 1 Henry. You have your E as E sub O. So substituting it into the equation, you get di over dt plus I times 10 over 1 is equal to E sub O over 1. So that just gives you di over dt plus 10I is equal to E sub O. Okay. So initially, it says that there is no current in the circuit. I of 0 is equal to 0. Okay. So take note, your integrating factor, because it's linear in I, e raised to p of t, which is 10 dt. So e raised to 10t, your integrating factor. So you multiply that into the equation, you will end up with I times the integrating factor e raised to 10t is equal to the integral of e raised to 10t, then your qt e sub o dt plus c. Okay. So using the initial value, I is equal to 0 at time 0. So this will be sorry. Just divide both sides by e raised to 10. Sorry. Let's get the integral first. So you put e raised to 0 EO, the integral e raised to 10t dt plus c. So you get the integral, you'll get e raised to o over 10, then e raised to 10t plus c. So we divide both sides by e raised to t, we'll get I is equal to e raised to o over 10 plus c e raised to negative 10 over t, because it's divided by e raised to 10. Okay. So we apply the initial value that I is equal to 0 at t 0. E raised to 0 over 10, so that's c e raised to 0 times it will be 1, so plus c. So therefore your c is negative e raised to o over 10. Substituting it into the equation of your I, it becomes I is equal to e raised to EO over 10 plus or minus, because C is negative, e raised 10 over t, or e raised EO over 10 times 1 minus e raised to negative 10t. Okay. So you now have the current in terms of t. You were now asked for the steady state. Remember the special case that when the limit t approaches infinity of I of t, So it will be e raised to 10, 1 minus e raised to negative 10t. So just get the limit of I sub t. As t approaches infinity, when we raise e to a very, very big number, so this will just be um, equal to 0. So this becomes e raised to 10 times 1 minus 0. So therefore, your I at steady state will then be e raised e sub o over 10. This will be your steady state current. And then to find the current, it says there, current to reach 90% of its steady state value. So we just get I of t, then get 0.9 of your I steady state. So we just substitute the value 0.9 times e sub o over 10. Then substituting this into the equation, you'll get I sub t, or you'll get EO over 10 times 1 minus e raised to negative 10t is equal to I sub t, which is 0.9 e sub o over 10. So you can cancel e sub o over 10. So we'll have 1 minus e raised to negative 10t is equal to 0.9. Then transpose, you get 1 minus 0.9 is equal to e raised to negative 10t. Get 0.1 is equal to e raised to negative 10t. Get the ln of both sides. Get ln of 0.1. Decomposing e negative 10t. So your t is now ln 0.1 over negative 10. The answer, 0.23 seconds is now the time.